game of the weekend, as it is going to be the Stanley County Buffaloes taking on their Region 6A foe in the Cheyenne-Eagle Butte Braves in the Consolation semifinal. As we look at the bracket right now, it is St. Thomas More that is leading by 3 over Groton Area, 73-70. And in this contest, it has been a wild game. Groton Area will actually have the ball here with 8.2 to go, down by 3. We won't do a whole lot of play-by-play with the fact that we're only supposed to be doing Stanley County basketball, but if they do go to overtime, that will extend our pregame show a little bit longer as we get set. But this is the matchup to get to the Consolation Championship. The team that falls will face the team that falls here in this next game of Stanley County and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte for the 7th place, and the winners will meet for the Consolation Championship. There was a foul committed by St. Thomas More. They had a foul to give, so with 4.5 to go, each team with a timeout left right now. And it is going to be Groton Area, and we'll see if there's any more timeouts. All the top seeds won yesterday. St. Thomas More, they fell to Sioux Falls Christian. Hamlin beat Groton Area. West Central beat the Cheyenne-Eagle Butte team in that first round. And then it was the Clark-Willow Lake, as Groton Area will go for 3 in the tie. They got it. And we are going to overtime between St. Thomas More and Groton Area. So we are extending our pregame show a little bit farther here this afternoon here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, as it will be at Stanley County and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. Both teams, well, Cheyenne-Eagle Butte is making their way back to the locker room. Stanley County will probably make their way back to the locker room as well. Both teams will get an extra timeout. What a shot to tie the game up and send it to overtime. Just a couple years ago that we were here for the Pierre Governors in a Double-A. Was it the Consolation Championship? Ended up going double overtime. The Harrisburg Tigers just wouldn't go away against the Governors, and they hit a buzzer beater to send that game farther along. But it is the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Cheyenne-Eagle Butte Braves, a 6A matchup, and these two teams are familiar with each other. I mean, it is, you get to the state tournament and you think you're going to play someone you don't really know, and maybe you might have played once before somewhere along the way. Maybe most of those guys aren't there anymore, or maybe you just had a random game scheduled and all of a sudden you're here to meet in the state tournament. That is not the case for this contest. This is Stanley County and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, both in Region 6A. They play every single year, sometimes twice a year, depending on if they meet in the region tournament. Stanley County does have the win this year, 67-52 over the Braves. But before then, it was 2 straight wins for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, one being in the playoffs. They won last year on January 25th. That game was January 24th of this season that Stanley County won. But it was a 61-48 win for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte back on January 25th. Stanley County did win in January in 2024, 69-59. But then Cheyenne-Eagle Butte won when it mattered the most in the playoffs on March 1st of 2024, 55-46. And you go back to 23-22 season, it was Cheyenne-Eagle Butte winning 55-46 and 69-62 in those last 2 seasons. So Stanley County has won 2 of the last 6 matchups that have been played between these two teams. But the one that kind of matters probably the most overall is the one that happened earlier in the season. And does that mean that Stanley County is going to win this game? It doesn't, but it definitely doesn't hurt the fact that Stanley County did get a 15-point win over the Braves during the regular season. So now it becomes, can they do it again? And it's hard to beat a good team twice. That's where Cheyenne-Eagle Butte will say they've got the advantage going into this game because they've lost to Stanley County. They know what they can change to be better against this Buffalo team. And again, hard to beat a good team twice, and there are no bad teams left in the state tournament, regardless if you're playing for 7th place or the championship. There are 8 really good teams here, and Stanley County's got the task of trying to beat a good team twice. We're going to see that later on tonight when West Central and Clark-Willow Lake end up playing in their game, where West Central beat Clark-Willow Lake. Can the Cyclones end up making it difficult for a team to beat them twice? And then they say, well, we might have a shot against Sioux Falls Christian, too. They got to beat Hamlin first. But that semifinal game is going to be pretty interesting later on tonight here at the Summit Arena, the Monument. Depending on how this game goes, I mean, this could get into the 90s with just one overtime. It's 76-75, both these teams. And we'll look at the stats here because this has got to be one of the best shooting games that Class A has seen in some time. These teams have not missed in this second half. We'll get the stats pulled up here in just a moment and tell you some of that stuff, with Groton Area leading by 1. I mean, Groton Area is shooting 52% for the field. St. Thomas More, 45%, and another 3 is in. That is 10 made threes in the ball game. Now make that 10 made threes for St. Thomas More. 11 made threes, excuse me. They're shooting 42% from long range. 9 made threes for Groton Area. And what an incredible game this is to get us started today and putting us behind schedule. And another 3 from Groton Area. They are human playing in this basketball game right now. They're halfway through overtime. And St. Thomas More has a 2-point lead. Groton Area led by 10 after the first. And then St. Thomas More started to climb back. They were able to get a 3-point lead before the Groton Area was able to score as time was pretty much expiring to tie the game up with a 3 and send it to overtime. Another 3 by St. Thomas More. But they're unconscious right now from long range. I mean, 9 threes made by a single player is the record in a game. I don't think anybody's going to get there for St. Thomas More, but they've now made 12 threes in this game. And you have 2 different guys that have hit, that's Gilton that's hit now 5 threes. He's 5 of 10 from beyond the arc. It's 81-76 with 1:24 to go in overtime. What a crazy game. You're kind of watching a little bit of it. I can take, again, we're obviously only video streaming, and thanks to South Dakota Public Broadcast for allowing us to stream the Stanley County games. We want to have a pregame show for you. But it's the story is becoming St. Thomas More and Groton Area here before we get rolling with Stanley County and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. Both these teams struggled in their first round matchup, as it was a 75-41 win for West Central over Cheyenne-Eagle Butte and a 66-36 win for Clarkwell Lake over Stanley County. Stanley County did lead. Cheyenne-Eagle Butte really couldn't hang with West Central throughout that first quarter, and it was not a blowout by halftime by any means, but West Central had that game much more in hand than what Clarkwell Lake did in that first half of their game against Stanley County. But then you look at what guys did yesterday. You look at Levi Elk Nation, who had 10 points, Damian Cloud, who had 15 points for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, and those are your 2 guys that are scoring the most. 13.5 points per game for Damian Cloud and 13.1 for Levi Elk Nation. As it is for Stanley County, having Eddie Duffy with those 19.7 points per game. He's the guy that is going to be a key to get going. He struggled to shoot in that game, and Stanley County struggled after the first couple minutes of that game to continue to knock down baskets. He ended up with 6 points, but he only shot, he was 2 of 12 from the field in that game. That's really tough to do. I shouldn't say really tough to do, it's really tough on someone like Eddie Duffy, who is really good at shooting the basketball. He doesn't miss that much from the field, and so he's obviously going to be looking to have a better game here this afternoon, and rightfully so, but also the fact that everybody in Fort Pierre, and if you've paid attention to Stanley County basketball at all, everybody knows that Eddie Duffy can line it up from anywhere on the floor. Paxton Deal had 15 points, and everybody else kind of tried to chip in. Again, Duffy with those 6. Trevor Caldwell had 6, but some of those were near the end of the game when it was well in hand. And it is for this Stanley County Buffalo team looking for an opportunity to get to that 5th place game, and they get the challenge of going against Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, who is not going to just let Stanley County win this basketball game just because they beat them early in the season. There's obviously a lot when you come to a state tournament, but then you also sit there and say, these are 2 region foes. It's kind of a rivalry game at the state tournament that you don't normally see unless it's a historic matchup at the state tournament where teams are playing over and over again in the state tournament. Here you're playing every season. You're trying to be better than they are in the region standings. You're kind of not necessarily scoreboard watching, but you watch a lot of film. We'll talk with Coach Joey Fisher in just a little bit. You see so much film of Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, and then the vice versa for them seeing Stanley County, because you have so many common opponents that you just kind of know them like the back of your hand, even if you only play them 1 time per season. And that's where this game where when you roll past it, what team is able to roll past their loss a little bit better, because the scouting report is a lot different. The team meeting probably is a little bit different than if you're playing, West Central for Stanley County or Clark-Willow Lake for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. You're talking about what all those guys do. Here, you're not really talking about what all these guys do because everybody knows. Again, they're in the state tournament. They're good basketball players. They have very good minds of a basketball player. So they're not, coaches, again, they're going to obviously talk about it, but you see and you know what these guys are capable of doing on the other team, and there's a little less to go over because of that. And now it becomes then what team, again, gets over the loss faster and gets ready to go for this game a little bit quicker and gets in the groove. And for Stanley County, again, they went 2 for 2 from long range to start the game. Paxton Deal hit 2 big threes, and it was 7 points scored in a blink of an eye for Stanley County, but then they didn't hit a three the rest of the game. They were the only 2 threes that were hit for Paxton Deal in that first quarter. And that means for Stanley County, and they shoot 30%, nearly 33% from beyond the arc. That one every third shot goes in from long range for Stanley County, and to miss 12 straight after that. That is where Stanley County wants to be better, and I think they will be better. Just by the law of averages are going to be better in this game, which, Cheyenne-Eagle Butte has to be able to defend around the perimeter, not so much just inside, but around the perimeter. Here's a baseball pass all the way down. There's some baseball players for St. Thomas More. Post 320 has a lot of those guys from St. Thomas More that played football, played basketball, and they will play baseball in the summertime. The baseball pass didn't work. It was a 3-point lead for St. Thomas More right now. It's a 3-point lead. Only 3 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. But it is Stanley County and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte coming up here in just a little bit. Keep it here until either a timeout is called or we see a conclusion of this game, or we go to another overtime, because Groton area looks to tie it again. They do not. And it is St. Thomas More that gets the defensive rebound. And now maybe St. Thomas More can start to try and put this one away. But coming up here from the Summit Arena, here at the Monument, it is Stanley County and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte in the Consolation semifinal. The winner of this game will face the winner of our game in the Consolation Championship tomorrow, which would be the same time that we're going to be, supposed to be starting our game, because we're already behind schedule. We're supposed to start at 1:45 Central Time, and it's 1:48 right now. But that will be, the 2 winners will meet at 1:45 Central Time. This game started at 12 Central Time. That would be the 7th place game. As we look at the other scores from around the states, Class B, their game was already done from the first time. First game, Aberdeen Christian beat Viborg Hurley 52-49. So the 1 seed in Class B were upset by Lyman yesterday, upset by the 4 seed Aberdeen Christian. So the 1 seed will play for 7th. Sully Buttes and DeSmet, the 7 versus 3 matchup. That's going on right now. Boy, it's a 2-point game with 10.2 to go. Groton area hit another 3. And we'll check in on that Sully Buttes and DeSmet game. Because if Sully Buttes does not get the win, they would have to face the number 2, number 3, and number 1 team all in the state tournament, which it is Sully Buttes up by 11 with about 2 minutes to go, and you can catch that game on Country 95.3 and on YouTube at Country 95.3 Sports with Wyatt Barichka on the call. But that's, again, just tells you that Sully Buttes had a chance to face the top 3 teams and still possibly could, but play for 7th place instead of, when you're thinking if you're going to play the 2 seed, 3 seed, and 1 seed, probably playing for a state championship. But they're the ones on the left side of the bracket, all the teams on that left side of the bracket. But it is, and again, 11-point lead for Sully Buttes right now over DeSmet as they close in on the end of the 3rd quarter in Aberdeen. And Wyatt Barichka will have the call then on Saturday for either the Consolation Championship or the 7th place game on Country 95.3 and on YouTube at Country 95.3 Sports. There's still 10.2 to go. We will get you a opportunity to get, as we welcome you in on KCCR, by the way. I apologize and had myself muted the whole time. We welcome you here on KCCR. We are getting set for the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Cheyenne-Eagle Butte Braves. We are behind schedule as it is St. Thomas More that has a 2-point lead in overtime over Groton Area. Neither team with a timeout right now. This will be a good job by St. Thomas More. They're going to get fouled with 6.1 to go. We'll get you back to the NCAA tournament. We thought maybe we were going to get the pregame show going right on time, but because of the fact that it was a overtime win, and then we also heard Kentucky win in overtime on KCCR, part of the NCAA tournament, we thought maybe that was going to be the case of seeing that as well, or hearing that and then getting on the air right in time for this game to get over with was not the case. And it's going to stay one possession game with 6.1 to go. Again, no timeouts for either team. Groton Area will have a chance if then they should get the defensive rebound if it's missed. All 4 guys are back for St. Thomas More right now. But what should be an exciting finish to this St. Thomas More Groton Area game to determine who will play for 5th place. It's a 3-point game again. Groton Area will have another chance to tie it. Here's a 3. It's good again. We're going to double overtime. Groton Area has hit 2 threes at the end of this first regulation and in overtime. And we've got a double overtime game in our first game of Consolation semifinal. And so this will extend the pregame show even longer here for Stanley County and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. Again, it's 39-29. Sully Butte's leading to Smet right now in the Consolation semifinal. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll have more from the pregame show between Stanley County and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte as you're listening to Stanley County basketball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
When the South Dakota wind howls and the rain pours, is your home ready? Introducing Pier Roofing and Gutters, the newest name serving Pier, Fort Pier, and surrounding communities. Owned by Karsten Erickson, the same expert you've trusted for years at Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, we're expanding to keep our community covered. From full replacement to seamless gutter installs, Karsten and his team deliver. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Pier Roofing and Gutters today for a free estimate. 605-280-8080. Pier Roofing and Gutters. Built strong, built local.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684. Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
As we welcome you back, it is a 87-84 lead for Groton Area over Stanley County, or over St. Thomas More. We're getting ready for the Stanley County game. It's double overtime if you're just joining us here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. we still got a game to be played. If you're tuning in thinking, well, I missed a little bit of the first quarter of this game, no, you haven't missed anything yet. You haven't missed a single thing because we're waiting for this game to get rolling, and we've got some time before we get to even the end of this game to then start to get you ready. We'll talk with Coach Joey Fisher here in just a little bit, getting ready for this contest as Coach Fisher and his crew, that it was a game that's, again, where Stanley County, you don't want to say, well, we're just going to, not enjoy the fact that we're here. And these guys are looking to win. They're not just happy to be here by any means. Still want to soak in the moment, but they know that they have to shoot better in this game, where Stanley County just was not able to get the scoring that they would have liked to seen in that loss yesterday, in the 66-36 loss to Clark-Willow Lake. And they again did not shoot the ball well. Guys that normally shoot the ball well didn't shoot the ball very well in that game. Stanley County only shot 22% from the field. They went 2 of 15. They went 0 for 13 after they made their first 2 threes of the game, 2 for 15 from beyond the arc. They did go 10 of 17 with the free throw line, which was better than Clark-Willow Lake, 6 of 11. And they were out-rebounded, but only 42-31. Obviously, some of those missed shots with the 31 defensive rebounds for Clark-Willow Lake to 19 for Stanley County. But Paxton Deal went 5 of 17 from the floor. Eddie Duffy was 2 of 15 from the floor, 0 for 6 from long range. That's not the law of averages I mentioned during the first break. The law of averages says that Eddie Duffy's not going to go 0 for 6 from beyond the arc and 2 of 15 today. He's going to hit a lot of shots, and the junior is looking to do that, and I think that he understands, boy, this game is just continuing to be tied. It's 90-90 with 1:42 left to go. If this thing hits triple overtime, there is zero chance that we're not going to have a team hit 100 in the win. There is just zero chance of that. But that's the game that, again, determines who Stanley County and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte will play. The winner will play the winner of this game. The team that falls will play the loser of this game in the 7th place game tomorrow afternoon, which would be tomorrow morning here, but at 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on KCCR back in the Fort Pierre area. Again, it's a 92-90 lead now for Groton area. We're just waiting. And again, want to say thanks to South Dakota Public Broadcast for allowing us to video these games. Obviously not this one, but we will be videoing Stanley County and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. For complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit sdpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcast live on the television on SDPB1-TV, SDPB2-TV, and SDPB3-TV. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. We're in the final minute. Both teams with a timeout each. This is double overtime for Groton area and St. Thomas More. 92-92. Groton area, that one just doesn't fall. There's 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. If you're St. Thomas More, you can hold for the final shot. We'll see if they just want to play it out. St. Thomas More head coach call for a time. Again, with only 1 second difference and really a half a second difference, I think St. Thomas More is going to take a timeout. Yeah, with 12 seconds left to go, 11 on the shot clock. They take their timeout. They're holding for the final shot. We've seen 2 buzzer beaters to get us to overtime and double overtime. We need a third buzzer beater to get this game over and not send to triple overtime. Because if we don't have a buzzer beater, we're going to find ourselves, I guess, obviously, just the last shot that goes in, whether it be a foul or anything. Somebody's got to score now. You didn't need anybody to score to keep that game over with. Now you need somebody to score to prevent this game going to triple overtime. Again, Stanley County and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, we are getting set for this contest here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. As you are listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. John Wickler with you on this Friday afternoon. We'll get you back to college basketball once we're done here this afternoon. You just heard before we got on the air, Kentucky surviving Santa Clara in overtime, having to hit a buzzer beater. So while technically I'm not calling this game, that's 3 buzzer beaters that you've heard in the last 30 minutes on KCCR. Texas Tech, they handled Akron 91-71. Kentucky won in overtime 89-84. Arizona is handling Long Island 61-34. Wright State is up on Virginia at halftime 43-38. Tennessee and Iowa State are just about set to tip off. That's the 2:15 matchup. And then, of course, we'll have whip-around coverage all the way through the end of day number 1. So St. Thomas More will inbound the ball. And again, this is the game before ours. Can St. Thomas More hit a buzzer beater to get to win the ball game? Off the glass, they're going to get it. And that will be, well, timeout was called with 0.3 to go. I think they're going to put some time back on the clock. They're going to have to look at it. I don't know if I think they'll have an opportunity to look at how much time is left. I'm watching the replay at the top. I don't know if they're going to, you can't see how much time was left on the big screen whenever that shot went through. And then also it depends on what the time was when the referee started to blow the whistle. The referees are checking on it, though. They're gonna, 1.2 is what's going to be on. So they're going to have 1.2 seconds. By the way, Watertown beat T-Area 71-68 at the Ice Arena, just in the same building, just down the way. In that first Consolation semifinal. Stanley County make that slow. Butte's up by 7 at the end of 3 quarters, 39-32. And Aberdeen Christian beat Viborg Hurley 52-49. And then we're waiting for this first game to get done. They had the replay up there. They put 1.2 up there, 1.2 on. Cheyenne-Eagle Butte comes in at 20-4. Stanley County at 20-3. And yes, it's probably hard to figure out what I'm talking about here because I'm talking about the game that's happening in front of me and then also the game that we're preparing to call between Stanley County and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. But Groton area will get one final heave. There's no timeouts. Unless they're going to throw it all the way down the floor. This will be tipped. It's going to be, hey, there we go. We got the end of the ball game. Ooh, that was very close to having a travel called against St. Thomas More, but the Cavaliers will, they are. A travel was called against the Cavaliers. So now they're going to talk about how much time was left because he had caught the ball in one of the Cavaliers and he just ran with it. And 1.2 left, you're going to put some time back on the clock. So they're going to go again. Well, they're going to talk about it. I mean, it's a clear travel. By the time that they got in the picture here on the replay, their time had already expired. But again, they call the travel. And how much time are they going to put on the clock? Well, now they took that off of their with the officials gathered right now. Again, that's travel being called is significant because if there is time left on the clock and it's more than 0.4, Groton area can catch and shoot. And that could send us to a triple overtime if they would catch inside the arc. I would expect that they would probably catch and shoot a long-range 3. St. Thomas More will defend an inbound pass. 0.4, so they can catch and shoot, but it has to be a catch and a shoot. If it was 0.3, you can only tip it in. But 0.4 is on the clock. If you're Groton area, hopefully you drill up something here. And Groton area's got a chance to win this one. Or will they shoot a 2? A lob pass, that one's going to be intercepted, and that one will end the game. And they had a chance to maybe catch and shoot for the win, but with 0.4, you're trying to do your best to just get the ball in bounds and get a shot away. And 94-92 in double overtime. St. Thomas More advances to the Consolation Championship. And oh, by the way, we got a game coming up. Stanley County and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte will take the floor here in just a matter of moments and start their warm-up. And we're about 20 minutes away from tip-off between Stanley County and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. Coming up here from the Summit Arena at the Monument here in Rapid City. Let's take a break. When we come back, we will talk to Joey Fisher, the head coach of the Stanley County Buffaloes, as on the way, as you're listening to Stanley County Basketball on KCCR. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Oh, shut the water off! Shut the water off! Oh, don't give me that look. I know you said to call Allied Plumbing and Heating. I read the instructions and I watched a couple of videos. I thought that I had this. Let me watch a couple more videos and I'll take care of it. Just go to your sister's. I'll have it fixed. Hello, Allied Plumbing and Heating. I need your help.
You can rely on your allies at Allied Plumbing and Heating, 605-494-2001.
Congratulations to the Stanley County boys basketball team as we thunder the Buffaloes to the state Class A boys basketball tournament in Rapid City, March 19th through the 21st. Congratulations from all your fans and friends at Wagner Auto Company. Remember, Wagner Auto, your one place to go, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in South Dakota, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
When the South Dakota wind howls and the rain pours, is your home ready? Introducing Pier Roofing and Gutters, the newest name serving Pierre, Fort Pierre, and surrounding communities. Owned by Karsten Erickson, the same expert you've trusted for years at Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, we're expanding to keep our community covered. From full replacement to seamless gutter installs, Karsten and his team deliver. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Pier Roofing and Gutters today for a free estimate. 605-280-8080. Pier Roofing and Gutters. Built strong, built local.
As we welcome back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Joey Fisher of the Stanley County Buffaloes. Coach, you come in real quick. We'll go back to last night. Your thoughts on the loss, but the guys battling against Clarkwell Lake.
Yeah, that's a really good basketball team. That's the best basketball team we've seen all year, and we knew it was going to be a battle and it was going to be a tough game. And I thought we did a really good job in the first quarter, kind of maximizing their guys. And second quarter, they locked in. They forced us to miss some shots, and one good looks we got were tough ones. So, just you're going to miss some, but it's felt like we didn't play maybe our best game of basketball. But you know what? You live and you learn. You're at the state tournament. The message was, you know what? You live from it, you learn, but we can still go 2-1 here, and that's the goal.
Well, now you get Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, and you guys got to travel all the way to Rapid City now to face a Region 6A opponent, which is good and bad, because the quick turnaround is hard to prep for a team right at, days, not even a day later, not even 24 hours later. However, probably there's not much prep to do because you guys are so familiar with the Cheyenne-Eagle Butte team. How does that help playing this team going into today?
It helps having a little familiarity, having an idea of what they're going to try to do against some of our matchup stuff. And, like I said, we're going to make adjustments. There's some things we did really well in that game, some things we wanted to improve. And, they're playing really good basketball right now, too. Like, they had a tough matchup, but they've been playing really well down the stretch. So, we both fixed things, and I think it's going to be a lot closer game here today, and we're going to have to play really well to get out of here.
And then I guess even on the flip side, they're familiar with you too. How much does that kind of hurt a little bit for you guys on that same side? Is that they kind of know your tendencies more than just who you might play on Saturday?
Yeah, we watch a ton of game of each other's just because we got a lot of common opponents, and that's going to definitely they're going to take away. They're probably going to try to take away Eddie and Paxton and force other guys to score. And it's like we've kind of said all years. We got to be dimensional. We got to have other guys step up, and two guys that can't do all the scoring. So that helps with like a little bit of size tonight. I think that's going to end up being a big difference, and we're going to have to be able to use that too. So.
And for these guys, obviously, yesterday come out 2 quick threes and then just couldn't buy a bucket after that, and how difficult that sometimes is as a mentality for guys that can score. They know that they can score. You shoot the ball well almost every single game, and just seemed like everything was rolling in and out too. It was never not bad shots and bad misses. Everything was rolling in and out. How these guys kind of, again, turn the page and be ready to go for today, and even if it doesn't start out so well shooting wise, that you guys are able to stay with it today.
It's like I told the guys, it's the same game they've been playing since they were little kids. You're going to go through ups and downs in a basketball game. State tournament's a completely different atmosphere. I mean, you're playing on a court you really haven't played in much, and you're playing teams you haven't normally seen. And we missed a couple of easy ones, which didn't help us yesterday. And like you said, we had a couple of really good looks, didn't fall down, and we had a lot of tough shots, and I think that kind of wore down on us a little bit. But just taking a deep breath, I think kind of when you go through those slumps, you try to start pressing a little bit. And, we know we forced up. We talked about it, and I think just get the easy ones, right? You can see the ball go through the net. That's getting to the rim. Even if you get a charge, I'd rather see the ball go through the net. That all it takes is one to get you going. So just possession by possession, not letting it get too big for us, and just knock down some shots with some confidence.
And then the biggest key overall for Stanley County to get the win today?
We got to limit their transition offense. They're going to get out and want to push the ball and get some easy ones just like we do. And that was one thing we did really well the first time we played them, is limit that. And, we got to win the rebound battle. I think our bigs do a lot of really good job of creating second chance opportunities and easy buckets for us. And, you need easy ones when you get to a state tournament game against a hostile environment. And they're going to bring a lot of fans. It's going to be an awesome game, so we're excited.
Coach, appreciate the time as always. Good luck today.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
That's head coach Joey Fisher, the Stanley County Buffaloes. Back with the pregame show next year on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you, are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
As we welcome you back, we continue our pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. We are getting set for this matchup between they are wearing the white jerseys. They will be the home team in this game, as it is the top, not so much the top seed, but the top team in the bracket. So it will be who is the road team all tournament long, being the number 6 seed. They don't get a chance to ever play as the home team because they are going to be at the bottom of the bracket regardless if they win or lose this game. It will end up being the team that's wearing dark in all 3 games. As we look at scores from around the state right now, and again, Aberdeen Christian, they upset Viber Curley 52-49 in Class B in the Consolation semifinal. So the top team in Class B, they will fall to the 7th place game. And it is DeSmet leading Sully Buttes 46-41, where after Sully Buttes had a 10-point lead, looks like maybe they're going to fall to the 7th place game and have to face the top 3 seeds in the state tournament, but have to do so in the first round Consolation semifinal and the 7th place game. Lyman and Castlewood will play at 5 o'clock Central Time. Freeman and Wall will play the final game of the night. We're in the second game. They'll have a break between this game and the 3rd game. There won't be a whole lot of break to be played because we're going to be done starting to pile in here pretty quickly after game. Sioux Falls Christian and Hamlin will play as we look at the brackets pulled up. St. Thomas More, they have moved on to the Consolation Championship to face the winner of this game. Groton area will play in the 7th place game tomorrow at and a 1:45 Central Time. This game is going to get started around 1:30 overall, which will be Ice Arena. So that is what we are looking at in scores around the state. We've got one more break. We'll come back and have tip-off between the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Cheyenne-Eagle Butte Braves here in class. Here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR. The Stanley County basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR.
To the Stanley County boys basketball team as we thunder the Buffaloes to the state Class A boys basketball tournament in Rapid City, March 19th through the 21st. Congratulations from all your fans and friends at Wagner Auto Company. Remember, Wagner Auto, your one place to go. South Dakota's oldest auto dealer.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in South Dakota, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
When the South Dakota wind howls and the rain pours, is your home ready? Introducing Pier Roofing and Gutters, the newest name serving Pierre, Fort Pierre, and surrounding communities. Owned by Karsten Erickson, the same expert you've trusted for years at Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, we're expanding to keep our community covered. From full replacement to seamless gutter installs, Karsten and his team deliver. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Pier Roofing and Gutters today for a free estimate. 605-280-8080. Pier Roofing and Gutters. Built strong, built local.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
As we welcome you back, we are getting set for a tip-off between the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Cheyenne-Eagle Butte Braves. John Winkler with you on this Friday afternoon. We'll send things down here momentarily for the introduction of our starting lineup as we get set for our second game of the tournament, second game of the day here at the Summit Arena in the Monuments, as the Stanley County fans wearing their teal shirts for River, and then Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, they're kitty corner to where each fan base is at. Groton area was sitting on one side, and then on the far right side, excuse me, my mic didn't end up muting like I wanted it to. Excuse me, apologize. But they were sitting on the far right side, and here on the near left side was St. Thomas More. And then now Stanley County is sitting on the far left side, and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte on the near right side. And we'll send it down for the introduction of the starting lineups. From the Summit Arena at the Monument. Again, those starting lineups, it is Boswell, Duffy, Deal, Freitag, and Caldwell. With 4 of those 5 being seniors. Duffy, the lone junior, the starter. Clown, Elk Nation, VO, Woods, the second, and Straighthead, the starters for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. And it will be all seniors in the starting lineup for the Braves. Ticket Bright Tag will go for the opening tip against the VO as we are underway, and it will be a tip-off that is won by Stanley County. Paxton Deal with it on the right side for Stanley County, who'll work it back out to the point. Deal works to the left side, man-to-man defense, ball's poked away from him, he's able to get it back, now a throw for Caldwell. And off for Breitag. Pump fakes to the free throw line. We'll kick it over for a Deal to high pass. 12 to go on the shot clock. Ball is tipped in and stolen away. And the first turnover as the ball was then gets the steal for Straighthead. Destin Straighthead will get the steal for the Braves. Levi Elk Nation with it for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. He along with Cloud are the two scoring leaders for the Braves. VO will get the pass back on the right wing. 13 to go on the shot clock. He'll start to drive on Bothwell. Gets a little bit of separation. First shot is missed. Rebounds tipped around and grabbed by Trevor Caldwell. Opening miss for for the Cheyenne-Eagle Butte Braves, and the rebound for the Buffaloes. This will be tipped and kicked, and it'll stay with Stanley County with 7:01 left to go here in the first quarter. No score between these two teams. Only one possession, one full possession from each of these teams. As it is Eddie Duffy that has it here for the Buffaloes. His first touch of the ball game. Hands off to the right side for Paxton Deal. And as Deal moves into the left side for Duffy, looking inside. Back out the point. Here's a long three away for Deal. That's missed, and the rebound's grabbed by Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. Nehemiah Viho will move it over to the right side. Here's a quick trigger. The three is buried. And Damian Clown will get Stanley County on the board first. A three-point basket. Eddie Duffy pulls up for a three. That one rattles home, and there's the first three for Eddie Duffy of this state tournament, and we are tied at 3 with 6:15 to go here in the first quarter. Elk Nation, who had 10 points last night in that loss to West Central, will get the pass back as he looks out in the point. Zone defense here for Stanley County, that 2-3 zone. Goes back to Elk Nation at the point again. Over the left side, this is a three from Clown again, and he's got another. Damian Clown makes it 6-3. 3 straight possessions from each team with 3 balls flying in. As Paxton Deal for Brennan Bothwell, back to Paxton Deal again. It looks like Cheyenne-Eagle Butte kind of going with somewhat of a matchup zone, more man-to-man defense yet. Trying to maybe make a matchup zone. Bothwell starts to drive, gets cut off underneath for Caldwell, off the glass and in. Good pass there from Bothwell. And Trevor Caldwell makes it 6-5 with 5:20 to go here in quarter number 1. Back-to-back threes for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte on the right side as they'll start to drive. Kicks it back out for Vio. And then the kick out to the 3 away from Elk Nation is missed. Rebounds tipped around. It's grabbed. The shot is also missed again. Breitag will come away with it. Nicholas Woods the second, unable to get that shot on the offensive board. Duffy hesitates, drives the basket, lays it in. And a timeout will be taken by by Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. And they will take a full timeout, I believe. Yeah, a 7-6 lead for Stanley County over Cheyenne-Eagle Butte in a quick spurt to start this game. Stanley County 3 for 4 from the floor, which includes 2 for 2 for Eddie Duffy, who's got 5 points already. And it is a 2 for 3 for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, and they just had to go up on the loudspeaker and say the scoreboard stands at 6-7. Damian Clown's 2 for 3. He's got all 6 points right now, all from beyond the arc. He's taken the only shots beyond the arc. Vio and Woods have both missed shots. We called that shot from Vio a 2-point shot, but he does have a rebound. Only 2 rebounds from each side so far, but they're 3 for their last 3 is Stanley County. By the way, it is a final 50-43. Soy Butte will play the number 1 seed Viborg Curly at 11 a.m. for 7th place tomorrow. 4:53 left to go here in this first quarter. The Chargers had the lead, had a 10-point lead on DeSmet, but the Bulldogs, too much size, are able to come back and get the win over the Chargers. As that pass goes underneath, kicks it back out top. Here's a three from Elk Nation. That is missed, and the rebound is grabbed by Carson Bourne, who has checked in. Carson Bourne yesterday, he finished with 3 points, but had 4 big rebounds. That shot by Paxton Deal, a little bit of contact. Joey Fisher wants a foul called, didn't get it quickly up ahead. Cheyenne-Eagle Butte will run the floor and get the bucket. And it will be Nehemiah Vio that will score. And Stanley County retake the lead 8-7. With 4:10 left to go here in this first quarter. There's a turnover, second one of the ball game by Stanley County. Off the glass is good, and a foul. Damian Clown will get the bucket. And it's a 10-7 lead with 4:08 remaining. And the first free throws that we will have in this ball game, and that should take us to our media timeout with 4:08 remaining here in this first quarter. Media timeout, so we'll take it with them. 10-7 lead for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte over the Stanley County Buffaloes. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
As we welcome you back, it is a 10-7 lead for the Cheyenne-Eagle Butte Braves over Stanley County. And again, these two teams met during the regular season, and it was a win for Stanley County. They were able to pick up a 67-52 win over the Braves. Won by 15, which that game was played at Parkview in Fort Pierre. So now, a month and a half later, it is here at Rapid City to play their second game between the two. Damian Clown for the and one attempt. That one falls through, and it's 11-7. Damian Clown with now 9 points. That was the media timeout that was taking place. 11-7 lead for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. They come out of the press after the main free throw. Eddie Duffy, quick pass. That's going to be stolen away. Another steal for the Braves. Finger roll layup is good for Vio. And it is now 13-7 for the Braves here in the first quarter. Carson Bourne, that's going to be tipped away. That's out of bounds off of Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, and we'll get a couple of subs. Tegan Breitag will check back in for Carson Bourne. As we have a couple subs for the Braves as well. You have number 5 and Kobe Whites that checks in, as well as also Austin Johnson, who came in off the bench yesterday, and Nicholas Woods is the second back in the game. Austin Johnson was very good off the bench. 3 points, 3 rebounds. Here driving is Jack Deal. Kicks it for Paxton Deal for 3. That hits the front of the rim. Rebound is grabbed by the Buffaloes, but the putback by Jack Soft Teaser is missed. Another defensive rebound here for the Braves. On the right side, this will be Austin Johnson. He'll look to the top of the key. Now back to the right wing. That pass is deflected. Comes right back to Johnson. Off the hands of Jack Deal. Pass goes underneath, looking for somewhere to drive is Woods the second. Now back out for a 3 and buried by Levi Elk Nation. And it's a 9-point lead for the Braves here in the first quarter with 2:50 left to go in this first. Eddie Duffy for Paxton Deal. Back over left side. Duffy's open for 3. Takes it, buries it. That's a big 3 for Eddie Duffy, who's got his second 3, makes it 16-10 with 2:40 to go here in this first quarter. Duffy's now got 8, but then lost his man driving to the basket. Kobe Whites makes it an 18-10 lead. And up and down the floor we go here with 2:20 left to go in this first quarter. Duffy throws it left side for Jack Deal. As the sophomore, the 5'7" sophomore throws it back out. The high pass, and the 5'7" sophomore is able to pull it down from Paxton Deal. Duffy back out the point, right side now for Deal. Head fakes, back underneath for Breitag. Ball is knocked free, and it's off of Breitag and out of bounds. And we'll get a sub as Brennan Bothwell will check back in. And he'll spell Jack Deal with 2:05 left to go here in the first quarter. And an 8-point lead for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. 2 minutes to go here in the first. Trevor Caldwell will check back in after the next whistle. Top of the key, working left side, into the corner, another three away. That one's too strong, but an offensive board for the Braves. Kicking it back out for a three again. That one's also missed. And a rebound comes for Stanley County. Levi Elk Nation took that last three. Duffy races down the floor, throws it for Breitag, gets to the free throw line. That jumper finds its way to rattle through. And Tegan Breitag makes it 18-12. And a good high-scoring first quarter. If you're a fan of offense, we've seen quite a bit here with 90 seconds to go in the first. On the left wing, Elk Nation back out of the point. Throws it down to the right baseline. Kicking it back out. Elk Nation. That ball is lost, but a foul committed at the last second. Almost a late foul call. Just the second foul of the entire ball game, both being on Stanley County. Bothwell picks up his first. Trevor Caldwell's back into the game. He's got 2 points coming back in. Fresh 35 with 1:13 to go here in this first quarter. That pass will come out, driving in. Damian Clown, floating shot, maybe looking for contact, didn't get it. Trevor Caldwell pulled down the rebound. And the Buffaloes have a chance to cut to this 6-point deficit. 18-12 here with 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Paxton Deal, right side for Duffy. Now for Brennan Bothwell, who's open for three. Buries the triple. Brennan Bothwell cuts the lead in half, 18-15, 45 to go in this first quarter. This is on the left side. Christopher Jeffries, who's in the game for the Braves. Excuse me, that was Levi Elk Nation. Now driving, losing the end of the ball. On the floor, we're going to get a foul called. Or is it a timeout? Who's got the... There's going to be a foul committed. It looked like it was... First they were saying it was a timeout that was called by the Braves, which there was no chance of that. And it'll be the first foul against the Braves, and it goes on Elk Nation. So with 32.9 to go, the shot clock is turned off, and Stanley County's got a chance to hold for the final shot. Eddie Duffy will inbound. Paxton Deal. He'll wait for that ball to get to him. And with 30 seconds to go, the Buffs can hold for the final shot to try and tie this one up at the end of the first. Paxton Deal on the right side for Eddie Duffy. No pressure given. In a zone defense right now here for the Braves. 15 seconds to go. Paxton Deal calling for Trevor Caldwell to get to the high post. Now he's going to get a screen up high. Duffy back for a Deal. Long range three is offline. Rebound by Clown. 2 seconds to go. Gets past midcourt. Throws it at the buzzer. And that one goes off the backboard. And it will take us to the end of the first. 18-15 lead for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte over the Stanley County Buffaloes. Buffaloes that shoot 54% for the field in that first quarter, but a 30 make that 47% for the Braves. And they lead it by 3, 18-15. Back with the second quarter after this here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in South Dakota, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
As we welcome you back, it is the start of the second quarter. And Stanley County trails 18-15 at the end of the first. They're led in scoring by Eddie Duffy's 8 points. Paxton Deal yet to score. Trevor Caldwell has got a bucket. And overall, this Stanley County team, with Bothwell having 3, hitting a big 3 in that near the end of the first quarter. As Cheyenne-Eagle Butte will get the first possession of the second. Underway here in the second quarter. Levi Elk Nation, 20 to go on the shot clock. Looking to the right side, he'll kick it over, comes back over to Elk Nation. He'll start to drive, kicks it into the corner. Back out for Damian Clown. Clown works it to the left side. Elk Nation again with it. 8 to go on the shot clock. That pass to the left elbow. That shot for the high post is missed by a VO, and the rebound's grabbed by Caldwell. And Stanley County can tie with a 3 or get within 1 with a made bucket. Breitag kicks it back out. Deal's open. College range 3. Buried! And we're tied at 18. Paxton Deal's first points of the afternoon. 18-18 with 7:05 to go here in the second quarter. We had a double overtime game. Get us behind schedule, but to get us going today. And these teams look to not be separated by much. Damian Clown tries to answer with a 3. It's missed, and the rebound is grabbed by Breitag. Eddie Duffy will go up ahead. He'll spin around. Duffy still with it. Nearly got double team, able to dribble out of it. Breitag, free throw line as he turns around. The jumper's good. And Stanley County is right back out in front, 20-18. And a quick 5-0 run to start this second quarter. An 8-0 run overall as it was 18-10. Bothwell has fallen over as he lost his balance. Clown for a 3. That's an air ball, and it will go out of bounds. And it will head over to Stanley County, who is up by 2, 20-18, with 6:23 to go here in this first half. Breitag was left wide open. An easy bucket for Tegan Breitag to get on the score sheet. He's got 4 points now. He's 2 for 2 with 3 rebounds already pulled down for Breitag. And this pass that will miss for Paxton Deal is too far in front of him. Brennan Bothwell is looking to get it to him, and Deal, as far out as it was from him, he thought maybe it was going to be coming to somebody else. So a turnover by the Buffaloes. That's their 5th turnover of the ball game. On the right wing, VO back out to the point. Elk Nation almost traveled. VO pulls up for a 3, buried that one, and right back out in front is Cheyenne-Eagle Butte now 21-20 with 5:50 to go here in the first half. Eddie Duffy on the right side. Bothwell starts to drive, kicks it over for Caldwell. An easy bucket for Trevor Caldwell. Bunny to get him on the score sheet, his first points of the afternoon. 22-21, 1-point lead here for the Buffaloes. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. VO starts to drive, a little bit of a push off on Bothwell to get separation. Driving baseline, shot is missed by the Braves. Rebound will be fought for after it's off the hands of Caldwell. It's officially pulled down by Bothwell. Stanley County gets a defensive stop. They lead by 1. Eddie Duffy with the right side. Picks up his dribble, kicks it for Deal. Now for Breitag. Head fakes, drives all the way in. He is fouled and will go to the free throw line. It's the first free throws of the ball game for Stanley County. Did not shoot any in that first quarter. That's only the second foul in total by Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. 5:11 left to go here in this second quarter. So we will get the under 5 timeout here in just a moment. The next whistle after it gets under, again, 5 minutes to go, as Breitag will make the first free throw. Jack Deal will check back in for Paxton Deal. Second free throw coming here for Tegan Breitag. 5 points for Breitag, second free throw. That one misses, but an near offensive board by Duffy, and it was taken away at the last moment by Kobe White. White will bring it up the floor for the Braves. Elk Nation has it at the point. Looks to the right side. Again, it's a zone defense here for the Buffaloes, and a good job by the Braves to cut through the zone. And an easy bucket for Kobe White. And it's now a 23-23 game with 4:45 to go. Long pass up ahead for Caldwell. Out to Eddie Duffy. Now it's Jack Deal driving, right-handed layup, and his shot is blocked. It'll go out of bounds off of the Braves, and that will take us to the under 5 media timeouts. We are squared at 23 with 4:38 to go here in quarter number 2. You're listening to Stanley County Basketball on KCCR. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732. As we welcome you back, it is a 23-all game here at the, make that, was it 24-23? I think it's 23-23. We got one extra score here for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. We'll take that point away. 23-all with 4:38 to go. And by the way, I want to say thanks to our friends at South Dakota Public Broadcast for letting us be able to stream these games for you on YouTube at KCCR Sports. And for complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit sdpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcast live on television on SDPB1, SDPB2 TV, SDPB3 TV. And for updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. Back into this second quarter, Jack Deal for Eddie Duffy, now for Paxton Deal. Overloading that right side, but Jack Deal's open for three, and it's just short, and it goes over the top of the backboard. And out of bounds with 4:27 left to go. And Tegan Breitag will check back in for Trevor Caldwell. 4:27 remaining here in quarter number 2. In this quarter, Stanley County has an 8-5 advantage scoring-wise, but it is a tie game. As over on the right side, back to the point. They'll work it left wing. Elk Nation kick it back over on the left wing. Elk Nation works it back out to the point. Stanley County has been in this 2-3 zone. The Braves have been able to have some success at times with this zone. But the size of Stanley County, they're trying to pack it inside. Breitag went for the steal, missed it. Turned into a layup for Kobe Whites. And the lead is back to 2 for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, 25-23. Paxton Deal, that pass nearly deflected out of bounds. They'll come back to Deal from Breitag. Now for Duffy on the right wing. Duffy will drive off the glass, miss the shot, rebound by Breitag, and he is fouled. And he'll go back to the free throw line where he is 1 for 2. The Braves fans didn't like that foul call, thought it was a clean block. But Breitag will step to the line for 2 free throws with 3:34 remaining here in the first half. First free throw here for Breitag. That one hits the front of the rim. Then you look at this Buffalo team has already gone 6 deep, 5 deep off their bench. Second free throw will rattle its way through. Makes it a 25-24 advantage for the Braves. 3:25 to go here in the first half. On the right side for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. Looking to try and drive. They'll kick it back out top now on the left wing. Pass will go to the baseline. Back out the left wing. Elk Nation throws it over for Damian Clown. To the right elbow, trying to drive. Tough shot against Breitag. Rebounds knocked away. And it comes back to Elk Nation, who steps into a 3 and buries it. Levi Elk Nation with a big 3 to make it 28-24. Elk Nation now with 6 points. Driving baseline over right wing for Duffy for 3 is missed. Breitag will get the rebound. And a foul committed by the Braves with 2:50 remaining here in the first half. 3rd team foul. Paxton Deal will inbound. Jack Deal will check out along with Carson Bourne. As Brendan Bothwell and Trevor Caldwell will check back in. And Deal on the left baseline will inbound for the Buffaloes. Fresh 35, down by 4 the Buffs. Duffy, he had an open look for a 3, didn't take it. Then that pass is deflected and stolen away. Duffy had a look, he didn't take it. Then the pass was deflected and stolen. And then a travel giving the ball right back over to Stanley County. That's only the 2nd turnover by the Cheyenne-Eagle Butte Braves. 6 turnovers for Stanley County with 2:41 to go in the first half. Duffy will inbound in front of the Buffalo bench. Senior Paxton Deal brings the ball off the floor to the junior Duffy on the right side. Right now, when you look at the 5 guys on the floor, Duffy's the only guy that will return next year for the Buffaloes. Brendan Bothwell's pass to Paxton Deal nearly lost the handle of it. Now on the right side for Duffy again. Duffy the top of the key, looking right wing. Throws over left side for Bothwell. 10 to go the shot clock. Bothwell will drive in. Try to kick it for Breitag. Off of the hands of Breitag and stolen away by the Braves. 7th turnover by the Buffaloes. Damian Clown will throw left side, kick it into the corner. Elk Nation for 3. That one's offline. The rebound's grabbed by Deal, and he'll lead the breakout. Good bounce pass for Duffy. He brings it up the left side of the floor. Duffy will hold up, kicks it over for Paxton Deal. Pulls up for 3 and buried. And it will be a timeout taken by Coach Joey Fisher as Stanley County pulls within one, 28-27, with 1:48 left to go here in the first half. And for Paxton Deal, he's now got 6 in the ball game. Both teams have already taken a timeout, so both will have 4 remaining the rest of this way. And with that media timeout, that then leaves 4 extra timeouts to be given. Obviously, you're not going to then all of a sudden take timeouts. That's why the college game has gone down to only having 4 timeouts in a game. But you're not going to take a timeout away in the state tournament because coaches are used to having those 5 timeouts. But Coach Fisher took his first timeout, trying to, again, maybe challenge his guys here the next minute 48. The 1-point deficit to really bear down and get a lead going into halftime. And again, with having all 5 timeouts remaining, it's college game, you have to use it or lose it. But here in high school, you don't worry about that. He probably felt that that was the best time to take his first timeout and still have 4 going into the second half. Driving all the way to the bucket, rolls off the rim. Woods missed it. Caldwell barely got off the floor to get it. Well, he did get off the floor, but he was standing when he got the rebound. Here's Deal for another 3. That's another 3 for Paxton Deal. A 30-28 lead for the Buffaloes. Back-to-back 3s for Deal. 2-point advantage, 1:13 to go in the first half. On the left side, driving inside, kicking it back out. It is Garcia for a 3, and that's answered. Garcia Clown, Damian Clown will hit the 3. 1 minute to go here in the first half. 31-30. Eddie Duffy kicks it for Caldwell. The 6'8" man, spin move around. Good move by the big man, and it will float through. Trevor Caldwell, 32-31, 45 seconds to go. High-flying first half. Top of the key is quick passing around for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. Now it's Clown again to the point. On the right side, the right elbow, kicking it back out. There's 12-second difference between shot clock and game clock, as it's 10 to go now in the shot clock. On the right side, driving for the right elbow. Missing the layup was Woods. And now the Buffs can hold for the final shot, leading by 1. 10 seconds to go here in the first half. Stanley County, without a turnover, will at least lead at the end of the break, at the end of the half. Bothwell, Deal for 3. That one's just short. Long shot that should not count, and it will not count. It hit the front of the rim, though. But it is a 32-31 lead at the end of the first half for the Stanley County Buffaloes. Big second quarter for the Buffs as they outscore the Braves by 4, 17-13. And a big job by Stanley County to finish out that first half, to lead it by 1. 32-31 is our halftime score. We'll come back and recap the first half stats. You're listening to the state tournament Stanley County basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today 605-224-8684.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
Oh, shut the water off! Shut the water off! Oh, don't give me that look. I know you said to call Allied Plumbing and Heating. I read the instructions and I watched a couple of videos. I thought that I had this. Let me watch a couple more videos and I'll take care of it. Just go to your sister's. I'll have it fixed. Hello, Allied Plumbing and Heating. I need your help.
You can rely on your allies at Allied Plumbing and Heating, 605-494-2001.
Congratulations to the Stanley County boys basketball team as we thunder the Buffaloes to the state Class A boys basketball tournament in Rapid City, March 19th through the 21st. Congratulations from all your fans and friends at Wagner Auto Company. Remember, Wagner Auto, your one place to go, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
As we welcome you back, it is halftime. And it is Stanley County with a 32-31 lead at the break. As it is, John Winkler with you on this Friday afternoon. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. As you look at some of the stacks there for both teams, Cheyenne-Eagle Butte's got the game-high 12 points from Damian Clown. And we'll get some of those shooting percentages here shortly. Paxton Neal's got 9, Eddie Duffy with 8. Then Tegan Breitag and Trevor Caldwell with 6 each. Buffaloes are just 2 for 4 for the free throw line, but Cheyenne-Eagle Butte's only 1 for 1 for the free throw line. Levi Elk Nation's got 6 points, and Kobe White has 6 for those 3 guys that are leading for the Braves in a really good first half between these two teams. Stanley County shooting 54% from the floor, 50% from long range. They're 6 of 12 from three-point land. Where on the other side, it is 42% for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, and also 42% from long range. They're 12 of 28 from the floor, 6 of 14 from long range. The Buffs are 12 of 22 and 6 of 12 from the field and from long range. Rebounds are in favor of Stanley County, 17-9, and those rebounds, it was 4 for Eddie Duffy, who leads all players with those 4 rebounds, 3 for Levi Elk Nation for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte to lead the way. It was a 5 rebounds for Tegan Breitag and Trevor Caldwell. 4 assists for Eddie Duffy. Have the most assists from anybody on the floor for Stanley County. Bench points are 9-0. Second chance points are 3-1, all in favor of the Braves, and 12-10 in points to the paint. But of course, Stanley County with those 6 threes, although Cheyenne-Eagle Butte has also hit 6 threes in the game. The free throws right now, the difference. 2 for 4 for Stanley County at 50%. And the Braves only got to the free throw line once, as they are 1 for 1 for the free throw line. Damian Clown has that free throw that is made. And it was largest lead. The last lead, there is no largest lead to tell you, but the last lead was 31-30. It was 18-15 after the first quarter, and then it was a 17-13 second quarter lead for Stanley County. After they trailed by 3, they outscore the Braves by 4 in the second quarter. And it's now a 32-31 game here at halftime. Stanley County looking to hold on and end up heading to the Consolation Championship where they would face St. Thomas More, who got a double overtime win against Groton Area earlier in a 94-92 win for St. Thomas More over Groton Area. Well, we'll see how this second half goes as the Braves are back on the floor. Stanley County will join them in just a second. We will return with our second half after this. You're listening to Stanley County Basketball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in South Dakota, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
When the South Dakota wind howls and the rain pours, is your home ready? Introducing Pier Roofing and Gutters, the newest name serving Pier, Fort Pierre, and surrounding communities. Owned by Karsten Erickson, the same expert you've trusted for years at Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, we're expanding to keep our community covered. From full replacement to seamless gutter installs, Karsten and his team deliver. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Pier Roofing and Gutters today for a free estimate. 605-280-8080. Pier Roofing and Gutters. Built strong, built local.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
And as we welcome you back, it is the start of the third quarter. Stanley County has a 1-point lead, 32-31 over Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. Again, you're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. After we are done here this afternoon, we'll get you back to the NCAA tournament and the whip-around coverage that will continue all the way into through Sunday. And we'll have it all for you on KCCR other than tomorrow's Stanley County game, whichever that may be, whether it's going to be the same time as it was today, scheduled for the same time as it was today, or if we will play in the 7th place game and have that for you. A couple of games going on right now. Hofstra's got a lead over Alabama, 32-28. It is Tennessee State that is down 55-29 to Iowa State. Utah State and Villanova are getting set to play, and then Tennessee and Miami, Ohio will go, so we'll have that game for you once we are done with this ball game. This will be tipped off the hands of the Braves, and Stanley County will keep possession. Brendan Bothwell, Eddie Duffy, Trevor Caldwell, Tegan Breitag, and Paxton Deal all in to start this third quarter. Yeah, corner sideline inbound, and it will be for Bothwell. The starters are back in. We also have the starters for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte back in. Bothwell starts to drive. He gets cut off as Straighthead was able to cut him off. There's a three for Paxton Deal. It's missed and a rebound, but a foul committed by Trevor Caldwell. And the 6'8" frame, sometimes it's just easy to lean over the side and use that big frame of Caldwell. That's going to be his first foul, though, for Caldwell, so not much in danger right now for the big man for Stanley County. As Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, though, has a chance to reclaim the lead, but they will not. It's a turnover. The pass coming from Clown back to Elk Nation. Elk Nation was starting to maybe cut towards the basket, and where he was standing, where's that ball went to from Clown, and a turnover by the Braves, who had just 2 turnovers in the first half, but now their third one here to start this third quarter. Bothwell kicks it over. Deal pulls up for 3. That one's too strong. Rebound's tipped around, and it will be grabbed by the Braves. Quickly up ahead for Elk Nation. Off the glass, and is good. And Cheyenne-Eagle Butte is right back in front, 33-32. First bucket made of this third quarter. Boy, this has been a heck of a ball game. Kind of expecting that between Region 6A foes. They had to travel. They didn't meet in the middle between Stanley County and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. Instead, they had to come to Rapid City. This will be a foul. Breitag after it was turned over. He ends up fouling Damian Clown, who was driving down the left side. First team foul or makes that the first foul by Breitag. Second team foul now for Stanley County. Nobody really in foul trouble yet. I don't think anybody's got 2 fouls. Nobody has 2 fouls in the entire game from either side. Here is Clown for 3. That's an air ball. Rebounds grabbed by Breitag. Quickly up ahead for Paxton. Deal for Eddie Duffy. Will catch and find the layup on the left side, the right side. And it's the 34-33 lead. And Eddie Duffy will get nearly it. He will get in the double figures. First man for Stanley County. He's got 10 points. He joins Clown for the Braves that has 12 points. Only 2 guys in double figures right now. Driving to the baseline. Clown will look to throw it back out for Elk Nation on the right wing. He looks to his right now, dribbles to his left. Pass will be over for Vio. Now back over. It's a 3-ball away, and Clown's got another big 3. And Damian Clown has made it now a 36-34 game, as he's got 15 points to lead all scorers. 2-point advantage again for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. Stanley County, Eddie Duffy will look to answer to try and give the lead back, but it will be missed, and the rebounds grabbed by the Braves. Quickly up ahead, Lotz handled the ball. Trying to drive with it was Vio, trying to get a pass, but he slipped out of his hand in a turnover, and Stanley County has it back. Duffy trying to get it over in the corner for Paxton Deal, unable to. Now it's Breitag who will head fake. He'll start to drive, and he is fouled as he drove to the baseline with 5:10 left to go here in the third quarter, as we're nearing our media timeouts. And Dustin Straighthead will have his first foul. Weston Prince will check into the ball game. You've seen 4 different guys that have moved into the game off the bench for Stanley County. Deal will catch and shoot for 3. That one rolls off, but a weak side offensive rebound here for the Buffaloes. Under 5 to go. Trevor Caldwell for Duffy. On the left wing, hands back off for Prince. Weston Prince is bounce pass for Deal. Skip pass to the left side for Duffy. He'll look to drive inside the free throw line. Off the glass and good for Eddie Duffy. And we're tied at 36. Duffy now with 12. 4:40 left to go here in the third quarter. This pass out top, looking the left side. This will go underneath, and a good pass to get it to Straighthead, who will bounce it off the rim about 4 different times. And Dustin Straighthead has his first points of the afternoon. 38-36 lead for the Braves with 4:15 to go here in the third. Duffy will drive, kick it over for Weston Prince. It'll look for 3, but he found the big man Caldwell, who just missed, going up and under. And a chance to tie the ball game right back up. And now it's the Braves again. Cheyenne-Eagle Butte on the left wing. That pass to the top of the key. Looking to drive was Vio. Now we'll kick it back out for Clown. Damian Clown will throw it over the top of the key. Levi Elk Nation drives in. Tough shot in traffic, missed. Rebounds tipped by Duffy to Caldwell, who outlets it right back to Duffy. He'll race down the floor on the left wing, working to the right side. Duffy will hesitate, kick it to the corner, deals. That shot is blocked, but then a foul committed after it was blocked. Damian Clown can't believe it. I would agree with them, but it does take us to our immediate timeout with 3:38 to go, and Paxton Deal will shoot 3 free throws when we come back. 38-36, the Braves lead over Stanley County with 3:38 to go here in the third quarter. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
As we welcome you back, it is 3:38 left to go here in this third quarter. As it is Stanley County trailing by just 2, 38-36. As we want to say thanks to SDPB again, and for complete coverage of the updated scores and photos of the high school basketball championships, you visit sdpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcast live on television on SDPB1 TV, SDPB2 TV, and SDPB3 TV. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. Paxton Deal will get the free throws. He's got 3 free throws coming up with 3:38 to go here in this third quarter. As SDPB is, I don't know if they've come back from commercial break yet. They have Paxton Deal up on the big screen right now. First free throw is going to be good for a Deal to make it a 38-37 game. Thought maybe we'd have to wait a little bit for them to come back from commercial, but they're just showing a clip of Paxton Deal being interviewed by him. Second free throw, that one will bounce its way through, and we're tied at 38. And a third free throw upcoming. Kobe White will check in for Destin Straighthead. White, the sophomore, who's back into the game. These are two teams that they are absolutely not thinking about next year, but as the third free throw is missed, they're going to be teams that want to get back here next year, but the future of these programs are going to look a little different next year. If they're back here again, and they want to be, you're going to see different guys on the floor than what you see right now. Eddie Duffy, who nearly stole that one away, he's one of the few guys that stands at Carson Bourne, who's a freshman on the floor right now as well. There's not a lot of guys for Stanley County. I mean, they still got a lot building for the Buffaloes. And there's a steal by Weston Prince, another senior for the Buffaloes. He'll hand off for Carson Bourne, the freshman. They've got a lot of seniors on this squad. Duffy pulls up for a jumper, a long jumper that's missed. And the rebound's grabbed by the Cheyenne-Eagle Butte Braves. But all 5 starters for the Braves are seniors. The Buffaloes start 4 of 5 seniors, with Duffy the lone junior. But again, this program has just been budding for Stanley County. Here's a good pass, looking to try and get inside, but unable to handle it cleanly. Carson Bourne nearly got a steal. Then a bounce pass that might have been too late on the bounce pass is stolen away by Prince. He's got back-to-back steals on those 2 possessions for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. Now Prince on the right side. How about a bucket here for Prince? Oh, he thought about it. They picked him up almost too late. Comes back out. Here's Prince for 3. That one's short. And the rebound will be grabbed by Hoff-Teaser, but it was knocked free. And it's the Braves that come away with it. That pass inside. Paxton Deal with the foul. The bucket is good. And Levi Elk Nation will go to the line. A chance for a 3-point play. 40-30 lead for the Braves, now up by 2. Elk Nation now with 10 points. He's the 4th player to hit double figures. Paxton Deal with 11. Duffy with 12. Deal with 11 for Stanley County. Clowns got 15. Elk Nation now with 10. And again, only Clowns got 2 fouls. Nobody else on either team has got 2 fouls except for Damian Clown. 2:11 left to go here in this third quarter. Only the second free throw of the ball game for the Braves, and that one's missed. They're 1 for 2 from the free throw line, unable to get the 3-point play. So it remains a 2-point advantage with 2 minutes to go here in the third. Prince will drive, kicks it for Duffy. Quick ball moving around. Goes to Breitag, back out. Duffy pulls up for three. Buried! Eddie Duffy! And the Buffaloes are back up by one, 41-40. 1:45 to go here in the third quarter. Duffy now with 15 points on the afternoon. Top of the key, a long three away from Clown. That one rolls in and out. So Breitag with the rebound. He'll wait to find Weston Prince. Now it's Paxton Deal that will drive. Tough shot is good for Paxton Deal. And the Buffaloes now lead at 43-40. 1:20 to go in this third quarter. No separation between these two teams. Even though the mini runs that both these teams can kind of get on, no real separation other than that first quarter. The Braves started to kind of pull away midway point, and then it came right back for the Buffaloes. There's an air ball on the three, but it went right over to Clown. And Damian Clown fixes the mess of the three that was an air ball. Nearly becomes a pass and an assist for Kobe White, but it's 43-42. The Buffs lead by one, 45 to go now here in the third. Duffy on the left side for Paxton Deal. Back to Duffy. Left side, Deal will catch and shoot for three. That one just rolls off, but an offensive rebound by Carson Bourne, and he is fouled, and he will go the line for two on the putback. And the freshman, who was big yesterday, coming off the bench with 3 points, 4 rebounds, and those 4 rebounds were the big part. I mean, he was third on the team in rebounds coming off the bench was Carson Bourne. 34.1 to go. 2 free throws here for Carson Bourne. Looking for his first points of the afternoon. Stanley County 4 of 7 from the free throw line here in this ball game. First free throw from Bourne. That one finds its way through. And it's 44-42. Brendan Bothwell will check in for Paxton Deal. Again, you're not so much worried about the foul trouble, but it's not a bad idea. A little offense for defense. Not that Deal's not a good defender, but you keep your best player off the floor the last 34 seconds. This will be a lane violation, and it will be. It's missed, but a lane violation is called against Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. And it is going to be a lane violation on Kobe White, who will then take himself out of the ball game. He knows he made the mistake, and he tugged his jersey to say, "Get me out of the game." Checking in was Marty Marshall in for the first time, and then Bourne. Then we got another lane violation. Back-to-back lane violations here for the Braves. It was an air ball by Bourne. I'm not sure, now the third referee is going to come in here and talk about this. And I don't know. Okay, now we're going to get both teams to go to their bench, and the referees are going to talk about it. Are they going to say that he pump fakes to get them to end up being a lane violation? So now, I don't know if they're going to say what the call was. Still going to be a free throw, though, I believe. It was a double lane violation. Both guys had the double lane violation. And I'm trying to look at the replay. I didn't see it up on the video board. So it's a double lane violation, turns into a jump ball. The only jump ball that we've had in this game. I think the only jump ball we've had the last 2 games, and it comes on a double lane violation. Here driving the basket, shot is good, and a foul for the Braves as they tie the game back up. And it's Cloud again that will be able to get the harm in the bucket. And with 27.1 to go, you're going to see Paxton Deal check back in, as well as also Jack Deal. Weston Prince and Brendan Bothwell will check out. And Damian Cloud has got this game tied up at 44. Who now has 19 points, does Cloud. 27.1 to go. Free throw is going to be good for Clown. And it's 45-44, 1 point lead for the Braves. Shot clock is turned off, 20 seconds remaining. Paxton Deal nearly lost the ball, able to find it for Bourne, who's got an easy way to the bucket, but he missed the shot and a foul called maybe a little bit late since a blocking foul called against Levi Elk Nation. And it will send Carson Bourne back to the free throw line where he technically is 1 for 3, but 1 for 3 if you've watched the game, but the stats show he's 1 for 1 because the first one he missed was a lane violation against the Braves that gave him another free throw, and then the double lane violation ends up not counting whether it was going to go in or not. So Carson Bourne's got 2 free throws here. The first one is short with 14.1 to go. Brendan Bothwell check back in for Jack Deal. This has been a wild end of this third quarter. 14.1 to go here in the third. Carson Bourne's second free throw to tie the game up is missed. Rebound was tipped. Nearly could have had an offensive rebound was Duffy, but he tipped it and it's grabbed by the Braves. Now with 5 seconds to go. Chance to add on to it. Levi Elk Nation. Get around. Floating shot at the buzzer is good. And it's 47-44 at the end of 3 quarters. Cheyenne-Eagle Butte has a 3-point lead as we head to the fourth. What a game we have here at the Summit Arena at the Monuments. 3 quarters are in the books, and it's a 3-point lead for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte over Stanley County. Back for the fourth quarter after this here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in South Dakota, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
As we welcome you back, it is the start of the fourth quarter. Stanley County has the ball down by 3. 47-44 in this Consolation semifinal matchup. Winner takes on St. Thomas More, the 8 seed in the Consolation Championship. Paxton Deal for 3 in the tie. Missed it, but Breitag's rebound. In a putback, he's fouled and will go to the free throw line. 7:36 to go, and now we're shooting more free throws. I mean, we had a total in that first half of free throws for 5 between both teams. Stanley County is now 5 for 10 from the line as Breitag's first free throw will fall to make it 47-45. The Braves are now 2 for 3 from the free throw line, so still only had 7 free throws in that third quarter. Second free throw here for Breitag, although there's 2 that didn't count because of lane violations and then a double lane violation. Second free throw is good for Breitag. It's 47-46. He goes 2 for 2 from the trip there to make it 8 points for him and a 1-point deficit. That's a long 2. A foot was across the line, but it's missed by the Braves. Trevor Caldwell grabs the rebound, and the Buffaloes can take the lead on this trip down the floor. Any made bucket. And then Eddie Duffy is tripped and fouled as he was trying to drive his way around Damian Clown. Excuse me, that was going to be Marty Marshall. The 5'10 junior, we didn't see him much in the first half, but he's played a little bit more here in the second half. They only went 2 deep off their bench in that first half. They've put in a lot more guys. Clown currently is on the bench with his 20 points. getting his lone break probably of the entire game right now. Caldwell nearly traveled. Cheyenne-Eagle Butte fans won that travel call. 27 to go on the shot clock, so no hurry here for the Buffaloes. 7:04 to go in the fourth quarter. Paxton deal now for Weston Prince. Prince will, make that Brendan Bothwell. Duffy back over for Bothwell. That will be a foul, and that one hurts, as that will go against Austin Johnson, who bit on the pump fake from Bothwell, and as Bothwell tried to move across, Bothwell went, and again, Austin Johnson stands at 5'10". As I'm watching the replay right now, that's, again, not a great fall for Johnson. Bothwell stands at 5'8", and the pump fake got Johnson in the air. Bothwell tried to go not underneath him, but around him, and Johnson caught the worst of it. With 6:53 to go, he gets called for the foul. He'll come out of the ball game. I think that maybe he'll be able to return some point soon if Cheyenne-Eagle Butte wants him to. Here's a three by Eddie Duffy. That's missed. Rebound for Breitag. Put back will fall through. And a 1-point lead now for Stanley County, 48-47. Both these teams have 4 timeouts left. 6:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Breitag now has 10. Third player in double figures for the Buffaloes. Pick and roll. That one's deflected by Breitag. Picked up by Bothwell. Another steal for the Buffaloes. Here's Paxton Deal on the right side for Duffy. Back out for Bothwell on the right baseline. Now Caldwell. Pull up for three. Big man for three. It's missed. Not sure that Coach Fisher wanted to take that shot, but boy, the crowd would have came unglued if the 6'8" Caldwell hit that three. But that maybe makes Cheyenne-Eagle Butte have to respect that Caldwell will take that shot. It wasn't a bad looking shot, as there's a foul committed by the Buffaloes. As Jax Hofteaser will check into the game for Caldwell. And Stanley County picked up their first team foul. It was against Brendan Bothwell, his second. 1-point lead for Stanley County, 48-47. Here is now Elk Nation. Gets to the right elbow, jumper falls through. And Levi Elk Nation right back in front for the Braves, 49-48. 5.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Duffy on the left side for Brendan Bothwell. Bounce pass for Duffy. He is pushed down, and that will be a foul committed against the Braves. That's already their third, make that their fourth team foul with 5:21 to go in the fourth quarter. As Trevor Caldwell will check back in for a Hofteaser. And that's significant to have their fourth foul. We haven't made the media timeout in this fourth quarter. And if they are unable, Stanley County's going to go to the line the rest of this fourth quarter. That shot, there's a foul. Caldwell underneath, unable to get the shot to go, but he was fouled, and 6'8" senior will head to the free throw line for two. And so now the fifth team foul by Cheyenne-Eagle Butte was going to be free throws anyway, but certainly is now free throws the rest of the way for Stanley County. Down by one, Caldwell's first free throw will miss. First trip to the line today for Caldwell. Stanley County now 7 of 13 from the line. Weston Prince is checked back in here for Stanley County. Free throw here for Caldwell. That one is a swish. And it's 49-49. 5:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Region 6A well represented this state tournament and, of course, represented in this game. One team will make their way to the Consolation Championship against St. Thomas More. The other will play for 7th place tomorrow against Groton Area. There's a foul committed with 4:54 to go. That will take us to the media timeouts. 49-49. We'll have free throws when we come back, as it will be the media timeout. Yeah, let's get the media timeout. 4:54 to go here in this fourth quarter. Tie ball game at 49. Back after this here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports as you're listening to Stanley County Basketball here in the state tournament at the Summit Arena and the Monuments here in Rapid City. AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732. As we welcome you back, it is all square at 49 with 4:54 to go here in this fourth quarter. As we want to remind you that for complete coverage, updated scores, and photos of the high school basketball championships, visit sdpb.org/basketball. All the games will be broadcast live on television on SDPB1 TV, SDPB2 TV, and SDPB3 TV. For updated content, check out SDPB Sports on social media. Free throws here for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, and it is Destin Straighthead that will try and give the Braves the lead. As the first free throw, that one falls right through. And it is now a 50-49 ball game. First free throw attempts for Straighthead. They're 3 of 4 for the free throw line are the Braves. 3 points now for Straighthead. Second one will also fall through. And it is now a 51-49 lead. 4:50 to go. Both teams 4 timeouts each. We've passed the media timeout. It's the stretch run to this fourth quarter. Trevor Caldwell hands off for Eddie Duffy. He'll drive to the free throw line, kick it for Deal for 3 in the lead. Buried by Paxton Deal. 52-51. Paxton Deal now with a team high 16 points. A 1-point lead for the Buffaloes. What a game we have here in Rapid City. Straighthead, top of the key. Elk Nation. He looks to his right. Now he'll kick it over for Clown, who's got the game high 20 points. 3 ball away. Trying to answer, miss. Rebound will be off of Paxton Deal. And then turned over. Caldwell had it. Bucket is good and a foul. Paxton Deal will foul Damian Clown, who was able to get the bucket and the harm. And it's 53-52. Paxton Deal's second foul, but what a turnover. Caldwell got the rebound after Paxton Deal unable to hang on to it. And then he tried to hand off for Paxton Deal, and it was stolen away by Clown, who was not giving up the play. And it's a 1-point lead. Free throw is going to be missed, though, so it remains a 1-point lead for the Braves with 4 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Eddie Duffy working on the right side. He's going to flush out to Brennan Bothwell. Underneath the basket before he goes out of bounds, he's going to turn it over. He got too far down the baseline, was losing his balance going out of bounds, and now we'll get a timeout taken here by Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, and a little bit of skipping and dancing on the Braves sideline. As boy, this game has had everything. This has been one heck of a basketball game. I'll tell you what, that's been able to watch Stanley County from afar this year, obviously not calling any games on KCCR, and getting my first chance to sit down and call basketball games for Stanley County, but Region 6A basketball, there's a reason why both these teams made the state tournament. This is a very high competitive basketball game. Yes, Clark-Willow Lake and West Central got wins over them, but I think the way these two teams are playing right now, you give them a shot to take on West Central and Clark-Willow Lake. I'm not going to say that they absolutely would beat either one of those teams, but it's definitely a much closer of a ball game than what we watched yesterday. 3:44 left to go here in this fourth quarter. As this will be on the left side, it is Vio. Now they'll kick it back out on the right side. Driving Elk Nation, getting the bucket and laying it in. And Levi Elk Nation has made it a 55-52 ball game. 3:25 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Coach Joey Fisher still has 4 timeouts to work with. Paxton Deal will drive. Left-handed layup is good. Paxton Deal having himself a ball game now, 18 points. And back and forth we go. It's a 1-point game. I don't know if there was a bigger lead than 5 at this point. Maybe a 7-point lead for the Braves in the first quarter. I think that was the largest lead. Here's a 3 for Elk Nation. Rolls in and out. Breitag is able to fight for the rebound. And now it's Eddie Duffy up ahead on the right side. It's kicked over for Paxton Deal. He'll back step, working to the right side for Bothwell. And now Bothwell will look, kick it over for Duffy at the top of the key. Duffy will spin, turns to his left, kicks it over, a 3 on the way for Bothwell. Good! Brendan Bothwell makes it 57-55. A 2-point lead now for the Buffs with 2:20 to go. Cloud, easy layup is good to tie the game up at 57 for Vio. 57 all with 2:05 to go here in this fourth quarter. Duffy for Breitag, left elbow jumper is missed. Rebounds tipped up high in the air. Still fought for it. It's going to be grabbed by Vio. And a chance for the Braves now to take the lead with under 2 to go in this fourth quarter. What a game. Driving to the free throw line and kicking it out was Elk Nation. Now it's going to be Cloud. They're going to try and draw some contact. Now driving to the baseline. Back out to the point. Now driving all the way in. Good handoff for Straighthead. Missed the shot. Gets the rebound. Bothwell fighting for it. It will end up coming away for the Buffaloes. And a timeout taken by Coach Joey Fisher. What a defensive play for Brennan Bothwell to take the ball away from Straighthead. Duffy got the ball, and Coach Fisher was waiting for the timeout, trying to find the way to get the timeout. And with 1:33 left to go here in this fourth quarter, it is a timeout taken by Coach Fisher, who both teams now have 3 timeouts remaining. 57-57 with 1:33 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Buffalo shooting 45% from the field, 49% for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. Buffs have turned the ball over 13 times, 7 turnovers for the Braves. 18 points for Paxton Deal, 15 for Eddie Duffy. Tegan Breitag's got 10. 22 game high for Damian Clown right now, 16 for Levi Elk Nation. Caldwell's got 7 for the Buffaloes, who are currently on the bench right now. And an opportunity here for the Buffaloes coming out of the timeouts with 1:33 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Here is now for Brendan Bothwell, a press here for the Braves. The Buffaloes easily able to beat it, but trying to pick up the trap with the Braves, and Eddie Duffy was able to easily work around him. They got to overload that left side right now. They had 4 guys on that left side to Stanley County. Now Duffy's got it. He's trying to clear out the traffic on the left side. Dribbled it off his foot, and now will be picked up, and another timeout will be taken here by Coach Joey Fisher. He came flying down the court. He was making sure that the Buffaloes were not going to turn the ball over with 1:06 to go and 8 seconds on the shot clock. That puts the Buffaloes now down to just 2 timeouts remaining. We'll keep it here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. And again, don't forget, we'll go back to regular coverage after, which will be back to NCAA basketball and March Madness for the NCAA. I don't know if they got anything on this one, especially here in Rapid City from earlier today with a 94-92 double overtime win for St. Thomas More. And with 1:06 to go, whether this game ends up going to an extra period or not, it still is going to be tied with just 66 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Again, 2 timeouts remaining for Stanley County, 3 for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. 8 seconds remain on the shot clock. 1:06 left to go here in this fourth quarter. The inbound will come from the, I believe, will be the sideline by the bench. Again, it's not if the ball had gone out of bounds to stay with Stanley County, it would be right where it went out of bounds. With the timeout, you get it on a much easier spot on the sideline in front of the Stanley County bench, and Paxton Deal will inbound. They have to go quick, though. Down to 6 in the shot clock. Bothwell down to 5. Bothwell with 3. He's going to get a shot. Going to be a shot that's not going to come away from Weston Prince, and it's going to be a turnover and a shot clock violation. 58.2 remaining. And now it's an opportunity for the Braves to retake the lead. Out of the timeout, Coach Joey Fisher wasn't happy with how the offense looked with limited time, and this will be a push against Weston Prince. That's the 4th team foul for Stanley County with 51.2 to go. Carson Bourne will check in for Weston Prince. The freshman is back in, 51.2, fresh 35 here for the Braves. Again, they still have 3 timeouts to work with. Stanley County down to 2. Vio with the inbound pass, going to work on the freshman Bourne. Good defense by Bourne, kicking it back out top to the free throw line. As Woods II was able to get it back out to Vio. Now on the right side, Woods again, free throw line, jumper is offline, rebound fought for, and a foul committed by Stanley County. Levi Elk Nation missed the shot, but he got his own offensive rebound. Make that Clown who got the offensive rebound and then is fouled. I believe it's going to be on Bothwell, which would be his 3rd. No, Eddie Duffy, it's his 1st, which, okay, that's probably going to be better that it's Duffy on the foul, which is only his 1st, compared to Bothwell, who would have picked up his 3rd. 22 points for Damian Cloud, make it 23 as Stanley County's going to, or make that Cheyenne-Eagle Butte's got a 1-point lead with 32.6 to go. Trevor Caldwell, Jack Deal back into the ball game for Stanley County. A 1-point lead for the Braves with 32.6 to go. They can make it a 2-point lead with Clown's 2nd free throw. Both teams are in the bonus. 2nd free throw is missed, and it's rebounded. No shot clock right now. Stanley County could hold for the final shot and a chance to win it with one chance here. 22 to go in the 4th quarter. Jack Deal lost the ball. It's going to go out of bounds off of Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. I don't know. I don't think they can check to see if that ball went off of Stanley County. This will be now here for Paxton Deal. 14 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. 1-point lead for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. Paxton Deal starts a drive, and then a timeout in the last second. Paxton Deal had slipped and fallen, and Coach Joey Fisher was able to get the timeout just in time with 7.7 to go. .7 remaining. Timeout taken by Coach Fisher. It's a 1-point game. 1 timeout remaining, and really, that's all right now what you're thinking about is you're looking for one final shot. One shot to win this ball game and to go to the Consolation Championship. You got a couple of options. Paxton Deal's got 18. Eddie Duffy's got 15. Tegan Breitag hit a buzzer beater against Winter at the very beginning of the season, so it's not like he can't get that shot away to score. And those 3 guys are all in double figures. If you're Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, you cannot foul because any foul puts you at the free throw line. 3 timeouts still left for the Braves. You might see them take one of those. Coach Fisher, I think he's maybe trying to lobby for where that ball should be thrown in at. But 1 timeout remaining for the Buffaloes. 3 for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. Are they going to take one of those timeouts before the ball is inbounded? Carson Bourne will get the ball. He will look to inbound. Paxton Deal with 5 to go. The throw to Duffy comes back to Deal. He will drive in, lost the ball, and Cheyenne-Eagle Butte's going to win the ball game. A steal for the Braves, and they will win it 58-57 over Stanley County, who did not get the final shot away. A heartbreaker for the Buffaloes, who will fall to the 7th place game as the Cheyenne-Eagle Butte Braves win 58-57. And we'll move on to the Consolation Championship tomorrow afternoon. And Stanley County will play in the 7th place game tomorrow morning locally against Groton area. St. Thomas More will take on Cheyenne-Eagle Butte in the Consolation Championship. We'll take a break. We will come back with our post-game show. Stanley County will fall 58-57 here to Cheyenne-Eagle Butte. You're listening to Stanley County basketball on KCCR. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When the South Dakota wind howls and the rain pours, is your home ready? Introducing Pier Roofing and Gutters, the newest name serving Pier, Fort Pierre, and surrounding communities. Owned by Karsten Erickson, the same expert you've trusted for years at Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, we're expanding to keep our community covered. From full replacement to seamless gutter installs, Karsten and his team deliver. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Pier Roofing and Gutters today for a free estimate. 605-280-8080. Pier Roofing and Gutters. Built strong, built local.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
A heartbreaker for Stanley County here this afternoon, as it is a final score with a 58-57 win for Cheyenne-Eagle Butte over the Stanley County Buffaloes. They had their opportunity in that final possession, but unable to get the shot away. They turned the ball over for the 15th time, and Coach Joey Fisher was looking for a foul to be called against the Braves, but was not given one, and so the Buffs did not get to the free throw line, did not get the shot away, and it ends up being a 58-57 win for the Braves over Stanley County here this afternoon, and the Buffaloes will now move to the 7th place game tomorrow against the Groton area, where it will be then Cheyenne-Eagle Butte that will take on St. Thomas More in the Consolation Championship tomorrow afternoon as well. As we look at some of the totals, Stanley County shot 45% from the field, 38% from long range. They were 9 of 24 from beyond the arc, and then they were 8 of 14 from the free throw line, where Cheyenne-Eagle Butte was 5 of 8 from the line. They shot 33% from long range, 7 of 21, and 48% overall from the from the floor. They were led by Damian Clowns, 23 points. Levi Elk Nation had 16, and then you had as well also Kobe White with 6. Then it was also Nehemiah Viho that ended with 6 points as well. 4 for Destin Straighthead, 3 for Austin Johnson, who came off the bench. For Stanley County, they were led by Paxton Deal, who had 18 points in the afternoon. Eddie Duffy finished with 15. Tegan Breitag had 10. Trevor Caldwell finished with 7. Brendan Bothwell had 6, going 2 big threes in that ball game. By the way, Tegan Breitag had a double-double with 14 rebounds for Stanley County, and Caldwell had 9 boards for the Buffaloes, who did out-rebound Cheyenne-Eagle Butte 33-21. But the second chance points, they were in favor of Stanley County 8-6, but then the Braves had 30-20 in points in the paints, and then also only turned the ball over 8 times in the game compared to Stanley County's 15 turnovers as a whole. And it is for the Buffaloes that will again, fall in back-to-back games. First time that they have fallen in back-to-back games all season. And only 3 losses coming in, 2 losses coming in the state tournament, but had not fallen in back-to-back games until today. And they will fall to their Region 6A foe in Cheyenne-Eagle Butte, and they will play for 7th place tomorrow. Wrap up the scoring overall. Carson Bourne had a point off the bench. That was the only bench point that they had was Carson Bourne's free throw. So now the Braves only had 9 coming off the bench as well, so not a whole lot of bench points scored from either side. But it will be now a 7th place game and one more for Stanley County. You don't want to overshadow this run for Stanley County by the fact that they're going to play for 7th place. There's still a lot to be proud of. Obviously, you'd love to be playing for a state championship or playing in the state semifinals later on tonight. Yeah, you would also love to be playing the Consolation Championship. But this Buffalo team getting to the state tournament for the first time since 1997, there is still one more game to play. And while they aren't going to win the Consolation title, they're not going to win a state championship, there's still a lot to be proud of for the Stanley County team, and there's a lot of pride to still be played for tomorrow against Groton area and that final game of the state tournament for Stanley County, which will be the 7th place game tomorrow afternoon. That will be with coverage starting at 11:30 Central Time for a 12 o'clock tip-off. So that'll be our first game of the day here, and we will get started on time, or within the minutes of 12 o'clock Central Time, with no other games before us. So we'll be on the air at 11:30 Central Time tomorrow morning with a 12 o'clock then tip-off between Stanley County and Groton area, who Groton area lost in double overtime 94-92 to St. Thomas More. That'll wrap things up for us here from the Summit Arena and the Monument here in Rapid City. We will be back tomorrow 11:30 a.m. here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports as one more game here for this state tournament run for Stanley County. We'll send you back to regular programming with the NCAA tournament here on KCCR as Stanley County basketball is brought to you by AGE, Pier Roofing and Gutters, CHS River Plains, Ferding Electric, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, Allied Plumbing, Wagner Auto, and Zander Auto Parts. We'll see you tomorrow at 11:30. Final score, Cheyenne-Eagle Butte beats Stanley County 58-57 as we return you back to the NCAA tournament on KCCR.